The first year I made video in Santa Monica, and I was showing it at Pomona College. We borrowed a deck to play it on, and the person brought the deck back and recorded over a whole year of my work. So the first 2 years of video is just no one has ever seen it, you know, except more than once. But then I kind of settled in with a machine I got at Whitefront, made by Sony, sold by General Electric. It was reel-to-reel half-inch, and that became what I later called Reel 1. And I ended up making a total of 10 reels over a 30-year period, let's say. Dogs were something, you know, I had a dog growing up, but my first wife, Gail, really wanted a dog, and so the deal was when we moved to California, we would get a dog. We ended up getting a weimaraner at 6 weeks of age, which now I know you shouldn't do. You should wait till the dog is 8 weeks at least, otherwise they don't think they're dogs. So that became Man Ray. So, and he followed me wherever I went. When I went to my little studio a couple blocks away, he would come. I was doing video pieces then, and I would set things up, and he would sometimes get in the way, and I would try to keep him out, but he refused. In fact, he would emit this high-pitched whine when I wasn't using him, or when occasionally I had to tie him up because he would just mess everything up. He had a real relationship with language with Man Ray, and some of my pieces were almost about teaching and children in a way. You talk to a dog, and almost by using sign language, and so that was one idea. But the other was that it was always the way you would, these early primers in education were almost how you would talk to a dog, like, bring me the sit, stay, roll over. They pay close attention, and they can get kind of confused by doing so, by trying so hard. And when you see this video, you see how he's a little upset because he could tell that I'm a little concerned. I'm not yelling at him, but I'm speaking to him in a very serious way, as though we're discussing something, and it's got some key words that are driving him completely crazy. What are we doing? When are we going to go there?
You got P-A-R-K was spelled correctly, and that was good. Wait a minute. And you spelled O-U-T right, but when it came to beach, you spelled it B-E-E-C-H, which is like the, well, there's a gum called beech nut gum, but the correct spelling is, we meant beach like the sand, so it should have been like the ocean, B-B-A-C-H. See, that's the difference. Well, okay, I forgive you. But remember it next time. Okay, now stay there.
So I got this dog who I named Fay Ray as a sort of sequel to Man Ray, and she had a litter in 1989 or 8, you know, 1987, and one of them became, you know, my dog. Named her Batty because she looked like a little bat, and she was all of Fay's puppies were premature, so it's almost like I had gotten Man Ray at 6 weeks. These puppies were really young, and I think by having them almost being like a month premature, they were a week premature, I became even more attached to them, and vice versa, because I had to hold Batty to nurse. I had to almost be like the mother myself. So I became very attached to this dog, who got used to being around me all the time, but was very blasé, where Fay was really excited about working, whether it's video or film or being in a photograph, like, wow, we're doing this. She was almost narcoleptic. She would practically fall asleep, but she was always around me. And I remember when I started to paint, and she would come and look at me brushing what she thought was a wall. You know, so I was working in these big things, and she'd look, and she was pretty interested in it. and then she'd go and lie down. So to make this little work, I decided I was like a construction worker or something like that. I pretended to install some sheetrock to a wall. All my work, I just do it once. I didn't rehearse that. If it doesn't work out, you'll never see it. You don't even know that I tried to do it. Before I was working on spelling lesson, I was on top of those tables in my underpants doing some dancing with my legs, my hairy legs. It was absurd. You know, you'll never see that. It looked kind of like something Vito Acconci might have done, but not me. So, you know, things, sometimes when I work, things take a sharp turn. I've been making videos, films actually, for Sesame Street with my dogs as human characters, and how I would do that is I would put them on some sort of elevated platform, like a stool that I made for them to be a certain height, and the actors would stick their hands through sweaters or jackets. Like I would cut out the back, and so they would stick their hands through, and I would give these dog creatures almost like mythological characteristics, or like cartoons, you know, like mice with hands, whatever. So it became kind of intriguing, and I thought I would sort of switch that up by putting myself on, but having my main actor, who always worked with the dogs, do my hands.
Ordinary deck of cards. There's nothing unusual about them. Now, what I'd like you to do is pick a card. Any card. Memorize it. Don't tell me what it is. I can't see that card. Okay. I'm going to shuffle the deck. Hey John, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Don't tell how we do it. All right. Now, okay. Count out 24 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 24. All right. 2 diamonds, right?